Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins and it's Thursday night, which means it's One Sheet Wonder night. Tonight I have another gift project or ensemble that you could create either for a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. We are going to be using two 6x6 sheets. We're going to create a portfolio as well as 5 cards from those two 6x6 sheets. So let's change the camera and get started. All right, so my featured bundle or Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit for December features the Garden Walk 6x6 Designer Series paper, let's see, where did they go? The Blooming Pearls. So club members get the full pack of the 6x6 and a full pack of the pearls. They also receive the contents with the PDF file and the video tutorial to create 8 cards, 4 different designs. They create 2 of each. And this month they are all fun fold cards, and 3 of them will hold a gift card. So tonight I'm going to be using the bundle with the coordinating Modern Garden bundle. Now this is on the retired list. So the mini catalog has a retired list right now going on. So make sure you check that out. The bundle save 10% if you purchase it now. The punch is going to be carried over, but not the stamp set. I've also brought in the scallop contour dies for tonight's project. I will also tell you that today only is free shipping on all orders that are $75 or more. So you want to grab those retired lists that are still available. There's items on the retired list that are up to 60% off and free shipping. So you're getting an added bonus there. So if you need any details, you can email me, Glenda at TheStampCamp.com, or click on the link under the video. It says show more. I'll have the list of all the supplies that I use for tonight's projects. So let's get started. All right. We are going to be using 2 pieces of the 6x6 print, and I am going to be using, so like I said, we're going to create a portfolio and 5 cards. It was meant for 4 cards, but when I did all my cutting, I ended up with a couple extra pieces, and I thought, well, I can create another card with those pieces, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer. So we're going to take the first piece, and we're going to cut that at 2 inches. 2 inches should leave us with a 2-inch section. Just a sliver longer. And then I'm going to take 2 of those pieces and cut them down to 5 inches. So 2 of them are going to be cut down to 5 inches. And 1 we're going to leave at 2x6. These pieces here are for our portfolio, and these are going to be on that bonus card. Now for this one, we're going to cut this at 2 inches, 1 inch. So I'm going to flip that around here, 1 inch. And then this is going to be cut at 1-inch strips. So we're going to have, let me see, go like this. Well, I like cutting it from this side because I can hold my paper better. So I'm going to do 1 inch by 3, 1 inch by 3, and then 1 inch by 3. And then this one we're going to cut on the diagonal. Like so. So that's all your One Sheet Wonder cutting. That we're going to take that 1 inch by 6 inch strip and cut that down to 1 by 3. And then our first piece, we're going to cut that down to 2 by 5.5. This is the only little strip that I'm not going to use out of the whole 2 pieces of 6x6 paper. So that's pretty good. All right, so these are all for the cards. So I'm going to set them to the side. You might be noticing, well, yeah, you can kind of see the glare. This is the new glass mat, and it's got some added features to it. This is going to be coming out in January 4. If you sign on to become a demonstrator, you can choose this, or you will get, if you choose, this glass mat in with your starter kit. So you're going to choose $125 worth of product, plus you're going to get the glass mat and pay $99. So you're going to want to check that out. That's January 4 that comes out. All right, so for the portfolio part, let's start with that. We're going to take a piece of the Pretty Peacock, and this is 8.5 by 11. We're not going to cut it, we're just going to score it at this point. So with the 11 across the top at my trimmer score here, I'm going to score it at 5 1/4 and at 5 3/4. Then I'm going to turn it with the 8.5 across the top, and we're going to score that at 6 inches, and then at 6 1/4. Make sure I get my, here we go. All right, and that's all you're going to do for that. Now, I will fold this just so that you can see those score lines better, because I know that the Pretty Peacock is a little bit dark. So we have, I think maybe you can see that. There's a little square here, and then we have this longer section there. We're going to cut that out. So we're going to take our scissors. We're going to cut up. Looks like I went off a little bit. I'll cut this side first. I'm just going to trim this out just a hair yet. You could put it back in your trimmer and use that too, but it's just as easy to cut it. So I'm going to fold that back, and then I just want to cut out that little tab from the center there. So you have, just like this, those little pockets. So just reinforce those score lines. Like that. It gives you that little edge, just gives you a little bit to hold those cards. Like I said, it's meant to hold 4, but we're going to do 5 because I had that extra little paper left over. And then I got to enforce that score line there. And this one here. So what you could do is put 4 cards in the portfolio, and the other card you give as the card with the gift. That would work wonderfully. So I'm going to fold that close. I'm just going to make sure that it's square on the side. Hold it together. Then I'm going to take my crocodile, and I'm going to come in. Let's see, where's the top of my pocket? Right about there. Probably going like 1/4 of an inch and cut through or punch through all those 4 layers. Then I'm going to come in with a ribbon here. This is the sheer ribbon. It is the silver and white. And I'm going to tie this. I'm going to come in from the front. It's always easier said than done. To the inside, and I'm going to make a knot. Now, if you don't like the look of the ribbon, you could come in with some brads, but I think the ribbon is fine. But I see my error in my ways here. I was supposed to attach my pieces here first. So let me do that. Cut that out. We're going to attach those 2 pieces that we cut from the first 6 by 6. We're going to put them Let me open this up so I can see better. On those front flaps inside. All right. So far, so good. We can easily fix our error there. All right. So now all I need to do is come in, make sure I don't have anything in there, because then I can't see through my hole. And I can come in and repunch. So no problem, no problem. All right, so now back to the ribbon. I'm gonna cut that on a point. We're gonna feed it from the front to the inside. Tie a knot. Just trim it up. And then I probably left about an 8-inch tail. Do the same on the other side. So you're going to come in from the back to the inside. That'd be easier if I could use my poker. All right. Here we go. Again, bring it to the inside, tie a knot. Trim that up. And then again, about an 8-inch. What that's going to do is that's going to close, so we're going to be able to close our portfolio up. Like so. You're going to take that first strip we cut off and you're going to put that on the front to the side just like that. So you can use your liquid glue, tear tape, snail, whatever you like. Let me... So just like that. Check and see if there's any overhang, just a tad. So far so good. Then I took this right here, I took this, the third from the largest scalloped die, and die cut a piece of white. And then I used the stamp set. It's the Modern Garden. I used the birthday. These are all going to be birthday cards, so that's why I said it could be a birthday gift or you could give it as a Christmas gift. And instead of it's your birthday on the front, you could put a gift for you or any type stamp that you have like that that says, you know, just for you, a gift for you. And then I'm going to mat that on a piece of sweet sorbet, and then that's going to go on the front of our portfolio. Now, as a StampCamp at-home card club member, you will receive the PDF file and the... Now, I could pop this up with some dimensionals, but I'm going to just leave it flat. You will have the PDF file for this in the photo gallery on my blog, as well as this video link, the pattern to cut the one sheet wonder, just a perk for being a StampCamp club member. So now I'm going to take those pearls And I'm going to use the ones that look like the pretty peacock. And I'm just going to come in and add a few of those, like so. So now my portfolio will hold 4 cards and envelopes. So let me see. Here's one. I think I got the envelopes running out. So actually I said we're going to do 5 cards, so you could put 4 in your portfolio and 1 be the gift card, or the card with the gift. So you're going to put your cards in like that with your envelopes, and then you're going to tie up the side. And then fix your bow, trim it, but that's your portfolio. All right, so now let's get started on the card. So card number 1, this is the card that you could give with the gift, or you can slip it inside. I'm thinking that the 5 cards will fit. The card base is the pretty peacock. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then we have our 2 by 5 1/2 piece from our second 6 by 6 that we cut up. So we're going to put this on the front. I did the same thing with the scalloped die in the stamp set. Whenever I create a portfolio, I always like to have a card that is just like the front, either of my box or the portfolio. It's just something I like to do. I don't know. So you could give the card with the gift, or slip this card inside with the other cards. Whatever you want to do. So easy as that. Card number 1. For the inside, I have a piece of white, and I would just take those Sweet Sorbet, Pretty Peacock, and the Garden Green, and come in with those little flowers, just like I did here. I would put them in the corners, maybe do both corners, like so. Come in with the leaves. And then those little dots of red. So I would do that for all my insides. And there's other flowers in the stamp set you could use as well, but I just like the little bouquet. And then that will go on the inside. Just like that. So there's the first card. Now the second card, we have some more pieces here. The white for the inside. Card base again is the Pretty Peacock, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Let's see here, get all my pieces. This is a piece of the Sweet Sorbet, and then I have a piece of white. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that white, and we're going to take those 2 1" by 3". Oh yeah, I want that like so. Thought I messed up there, but we're going to add them just like that to that white base. And we're going to come in here, like so. We're going to attach this to that sweet sorbet. Just center that in there. Attach that to our card front. Like so. Then I did the same thing. I die cut a piece of white. I stamped that it's your birthday. That's going to go right across the center here. So again, the ink colors that I used came right from the paper. It's the Pretty Peacock, Sweet Sorbet, and the Garden Green. And I didn't put the flowers up there because I thought we could come in with a bow instead of stamping the flowers. If you don't like to have bows on your cards, you can surely come in with the flowers again, but I just thought we would tie that bow that we used on the portfolio onto the cards, and then just come in with your pearls again. And then this I'll stamp in the corners just like I did on the last one, and that will go on the inside. So that's card number 2. Card number 3. This is going to have our little 3. This time I embossed the sweet sorbet with the, what was the name of that embossing folder? I will have it underneath the video under show more. I'll have the embossing folder that I used. And then I'm going to put these 3, and I want to make sure that I have them right going in a row. We're going to attach those to that white. And I have not added the sweet sorbet to my card base yet because I actually don't know if I'm going to add ribbon to this or not. I don't have finished cards. I just have the ideas of what I was thinking. Let's see if I need to move that. I need to move that over just a bit. I normally start with the outside and work my way outsides first and then come into the inside, and I didn't do that. But with liquid glue I should be able to move it where I want it. Okay, so those are lined up. That's going to go up top here. Let's get that stuck down. So now, and this is going to go across the bottom. So my thinking was, do I want to, where did I put that ribbon? Do I want to come across with that ribbon and tuck it down in the back and then with a bow? Or do I want to come in and just put the bow? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just come in with the bow. So let's pop up the sentiment. Now this is the coordinating punch that goes with that stamp set. It's sold in the bundle. Like I said, the stamp set and bundle are on the retired list, but the punch itself will be coming back. So keep that in mind. But now it is cheaper if you buy it in the bundle because you're going to save that 10%. And shipping today is free shipping today only, December 14, 2023, with any and all orders that are $75 or more. So it's a good time to get those last minute Christmas gifts. We're going to pop that little bow right there. And then I'm going to come in with my pearls again. We'll put those on like so. You could also use the little pink, but I kind of went with the pretty peacock. But that's the third card. The fourth one is kind of similar. They all have the pretty peacock base. And this time we're going to mat that sweet sorbet just on a little white like so. Go ahead and get that added to our basic white. Like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it right on the card. I debated whether to do the ribbon like I showed for the last one, but I think I'm going to not do the ribbon. For one thing, the ribbon's going to be a little bit bulkier in our portfolio. Now this one, we're going to take those two that we cut on the diagonal, and they're going to go on this white like so. So go ahead and attach those. Just like that. Then we're going to take our sentiment. I think this would make a wonderful gift because we all give birthday cards. It's a sweet little portfolio. That's going to go on there. Does that look crooked? There we go. Whoops. So you could add that ribbon across and tuck it underneath, or you could put it up here. I'm going to just stick it down here. Got lots of options. Let's see. I'm going to use a glue dot. Get that to lay down just a little bit nicer there. There we go. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a haircut here. Like so. And then I'm going to come in with my pearls again. You could also come down the strip with some pearls, but I'm going to just put them on my sentiment like that. And then don't forget your inside white. And then the bonus, we got one bonus left. And that was from those little strips from the front of our card. So again, my base is the pretty peacock. Did I mat this? Nope. The white's for the inside. This is going to go on here. And what do we got left? Those two little, here's the two little pieces from the front. And they're not going to match because they were from two different sides. So we're going to attach those to the front, kind of center it. I'm going to put my liquid glue on there because I might want to move them. I could use my grid and make sure that I am in the center. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to attach this other one to the other side. Like so. Then I use I use that same white dye and did the flowers top and bottom. We're going to center that right down the middle of those two little strips. Who said you can't use tiny strips? This works perfect. Nobody will know that those are just little strips. And then we're ready to put that on our card front. Come in with our pearls. Now, if you don't have the bloomin' pearls, you could also use the festive pearls and maybe bring in a silver from that ribbon. Let's see. Just like that. So that's our bonus card using those leftover strips from that first 6x6 sheet. And here we have the 5. Let's get these all in here. The 5 cards using that 6x6 sheet. So there's 4. Here's the 5th one. And then our portfolio. So there we have our 6x6 one sheet wonder project using 2 6x6 sheets. We created the portfolio and the 5 cards. Now let's put them inside and see how they all fit. If they don't all fit, what I would do, you got your 2 envelopes on each side. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then close that up, tie that closed, and the one that coordinates with the portfolio, I would give as their, here's an envelope. I would also stamp that little flower image in the bottom of the envelope. And so there you have their gift for, it could be a birthday gift. Like I said, change the sentiment on the front if you want to give it as a Christmas gift. You could do a gift for you or just for you, whatever stamp set that you have that would have a sentiment on it that you would want to put on the front. And I'm sure you could tuck this one inside just because it's not tight. When we pull it, it's going to hold those in there. So you could get the 5 in there, close it up. And what a sweet gift. Teachers would love a gift like this. I'm sure really anybody that you don't know what to get them. It's the person that has everything. Play with that bow. I think it needs a trim. But that is your one sheet wonder project for tonight. This beautiful little gift ensemble. If you need any of the supplies, please visit my blog, www.TheStampCamp.com. You will also find the list of all the supplies that I use under the video. It says show more. Click on any of those links and it will bring you to my online store. I do appreciate any and all orders, and keep in mind tonight and tonight only, All orders $75 or more are free shipping, and we have a lot of the stuff on that retired list. Some of the items are up to 60% off, so make sure that you check that out. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell in the upper right hand corner so you always know when I go live. That is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.